Hello, my name is Erin Flexner, and I am the West Vincent Science Fair Coordinator. If your child is in 4th, 5th, or 6th grade and is participating in our school fair, please watch this informational video for instructions on how to fill out registration forms. By now, your child has researched their question, written a hypothesis, created a materials list, and written their procedures in a logbook. Your child's teacher has approved their project, keeping safety in mind. As a reminder, we are not permitting animals or microorganism or bacterial testing. At this point, your child is ready to bring home an official registration packet. Our fair follows the Intel ISEF affiliated rules. To review these rules, go to the following website: https://westvincent.weebly.com, as shown here on the video. Click on the upper tab titled More to find the rules. Your child's registration packet must be completed by a parent. It may look a little daunting, but is required for entrance to our fair. These forms are also available on Adobe Fillable Forms. If you'd prefer to complete the forms electronically, please pull them off the Weebly page, fill in each section, save them to your computer, and email them to me at eflexner@ojrsd.com. So let's get started. Please look at the Adult Sponsor Form 1, listed here. Parents, please print your child's name clearly in black or blue ink. Also list their project title. This is the title that will go on their science fair board. Put a check mark in each box as you complete each step. Please remember to complete all highlighted sections by printing clearly. As you move through this page, you might notice the word Adult Supervisor. And in the packet, they might say Designated Supervisor. For example, at the bottom of the first form, right here it says Adult Sponsor's printed name. Fill that in with whoever is watching and working at home with your child on their experiment. Most likely, it will be a parent supervising this experiment, so go ahead and fill that person's name in. But if your child is working through their project with a grandfather or grandparent or another trusted adult, please write their name as the designated supervisor. Now let's look at Form 1A, the student checklist. This form, again, I'll ask that you write in blue or black pen and completely fill in all the lines, including your phone number, email address, child's grade, and title of project when asked. Looking down at question 7, it asks for a start date. Please write November 8th, 2017. The end date for your child's experiment can be any time after that date. Looking at question 8, it asks where your child will conduct his or her experiment. Most likely you'll be checking the box for home. However, if your child is running their experiment at a local park, you'll need to list that address on this form. On Form 1A, the student checklist has a step that is labeled number 10. Please take a minute to read it now. It states that your child will need a complete research plan to be attached to this registration packet. I included the Intel ISEF explanation of a research plan in your child's registration packet. A research plan is a typed summary of your child's rationale, question, hypothesis, materials list, procedures, and expected outcomes. This form will help guide you and your child through typing their research plan. It needs to be stapled to this registration packet. Do not send back your child's registration packet until your child has typed a research plan, or their registration will be rejected. For even more information about a research plan and to see sample research plans, check out the website https://westvincent.weebly.com. Let's go on to Form 1B, titled the Approval Form. All you need to do on this form is complete this upper box. Your child will need to print their name in blue or black ink and sign it, and so will a parent print their name and sign it. Please make sure to document today's date so that your child will be registered properly. The other registration forms in your child's packet depends upon your child's individual experiment. For example, let's look at this form titled the Risk Assessment Form. If you need a risk assessment form, it is because your child's procedures have something that is considered hazardous or dangerous. Review your child's procedures in their experiment. If your child is using anything dangerous, such as boiling water or sharp knives, if your child's mixing or using chemicals, electric machinery, or anything else considered dangerous, then you will need to fill out this risk assessment form and attach it to their registration packet. For example, if your child is swinging a baseball bat, that could cause an injury. Therefore, as a parent, you will need to acknowledge that risk on a risk assessment form. If your child is baking, there is a possibility that they could burn themselves. Again, you'll need a risk assessment form. If your child is using bleach or other chemicals that could splash up into their eyes, you'll need to acknowledge that and fill out a risk assessment form. Please take a minute to determine whether your child's project has any risks, even minor ones. Then instruct your child to make sure that they have brought home a risk assessment form with their registration packet. You can print a risk assessment form off the Weebly website that I've shown you. Another page in your child's registration packet would be if your child is testing humans. This form is called the Human Participants Form. As the parent, you only have to fill in this top box. The lower box I will be filling in with my committee. If your child is testing other humans, please fill out this upper section. It requires you to list whether or not your child has included a survey or a questionnaire, or if they will be working with any scientists for this human section of their project. In your child's registration packet, I enclosed 4 copies of a human informed consent form. That is in case your child will be testing other humans. You need 1 form per human being tested. Please make additional copies if your child is testing more than 4 humans, or you can get additional copies on the West Vincent Weebly page. When your child fills out this form with their name and the title, they must complete all the boxes at the upper section before handing it to another human to fill out. If your child is testing other children, obviously an adult will have to fill this form out for the child being tested. Please make sure you collect all your human participant forms prior to experimenting. And those are all the forms that your child will need to complete in order to register for the West Vincent Science Fair. I hope this video has answered questions that you might have. Tell your child to turn in their registration form by placing it in the bin outside my room, room 116. I'll be on the lookout for them, and if there are any errors, I will return your child's registration packet to them in a large yellow envelope. So be sure to check your child's book bag. If you find a yellow envelope, that means there is an error or there's something missing. I would ask that you correct the mistakes and resubmit it. Our forms are due no later than Monday, November 6th. I will be reading all of your child's forms and registering them as soon as they come into school. Again, please consider using the Weebly website for additional information, forms, and examples. Thank you.